Okay. Test the sound. Wonderful. The sound works beautifully. Just get everything else set here and we'll get started. Grab the colors. Boom. And need one more color that of course I can't find right when I need it. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Today I'm painting a very white Skitarii, so I'm going to get some contrast here. We're going to speed paint a Skitarii. This is a Skitarii Ranger specifically. We're going to paint him in the Mars-ish theme. So we're going to have generally Mars colors. We're not going to follow the exact recipe on the website, but we'll get close. And yeah, this should be a pretty short stream, and we're going to do it with 6 colors. So, here we go. This is for getting all those fancy new Skitarii speed painted and ready to go with the new codex. So we're going to start off with Blood Angel's Red, and we're just going to paint the robe in this color, making sure to get his sleeves as well. In the website, the inside of his robe is a different color, but that's not something we're going to worry about for Battle Ready. You could absolutely do it. On the website, it's kind of a cream color, off-white, but we're just going to do straight up red, because that's what we think of when we think of Mars, is red, so we want to get the red on there as little as possible, or as much as possible rather. One of the key things for battle readiness in miniatures is that you want to make sure that your army colors are really selling. So in this case, that's red and black. And then any colors that really define your army, not your faction, but your army itself. So for instance, Skitarii, well, they're an army of sort of, kind of robots, almost robots. So you want to have a lot of metallic. So silver, and silver needs a little bit of an accent color, so how about gold? Red and black, and then maybe just a spot color somewhere else, and that's it. We're all set. So that's our colors. We've got red, black, silver, gold, a spot color of some steely gingerab, or no, some snakebite leather, and we're all set. So I'm just making sure to get his sleeve here. Being careful, but not overly careful, because we can go back and paint over this stuff with layer paint. But make sure to get the sleeve in here and any coat that's hanging down back there. I'm just going to check and then do his hood. Get in there. Okay. And there is our red, our Martian red, done. So now we're going to go on to the black, and we're going to use black Templar contrast for this, and we're going to put it on everything else. And I do mean everything. So every part of the miniature that is not red, we are going to paint with this black. I realize I said we're going to do this in 6 colors. Forgot about purity seals. Purity seals are always getting in the way, adding more colors to miniatures. We are going to paint the purity seal, so it will end up being 8 colors. But that's okay. 6 main colors and then 2 colors on the purity seal, because they like to be difficult. Alright, there's the legs. Get all the torso up here. And all these cables and everything. Being careful around the red. So we don't want to have to go back and correct it. Although contrast red is one of the easiest contrasts to correct, because Mephiston red goes over it quite nicely and covers it up with very, very little noticeable difference. Make sure to get all these bits and bobs here, and some of this is going to end up silver and gold, but in case we miss a spot, by laying this black all in here, we guarantee that any spot we miss will just be black, which is just fine. Make sure to get all the facets of his gun and stuff. He's got gun as a cylinder. I personally always struggle to paint cylinders because I forget bits of them. But not today. We are forgetting no bits of any cylinder today, I hope. Make sure to get these down here. Leg there, and then the face. Alrighty, just got a little bit of cabling back there. Alright, and then I believe we are done with the black. So there we go. Now, we're just going to hit this with a little bit of the hair dryer. Make sure this stuff is nice and dried up. So first of all, I need to plug in my hair dryer. There we go. Now I'll mute and get this all dried up. Alrighty, that'll do for our purposes. So now we're going to go on to silver, and we're going to use Stormhost silver for this. And we're using this very bright silver because we're going to put Nuln Oil back over top of it. And so we want a very bright silver to start off so it doesn't dull our silver down too much. So then what we're going to do is just come in and pick out details. It doesn't have to be every detail that they have in silver on the website. Just going to pick out, a good number of them. So I'll pick out this chest symbol here, maybe the magazine on the gun, these bits of his armor here, maybe this up here, and I'm just making these decisions quick. I'm didn't go into this with a plan or anything. Just making sure if I paint one shoulder pad in silver, then I paint the other one in silver. And then just kind of picking them out from there. So I'll do the cable there, this cable here. one back there. Let's see. I'll do the tip of this cable. Do these in silver. Why not? I'll do this cable in silver here. These like braided cables or grooved cables, I'm not sure what you'd call them. They like to take the silver because the Nuln Oil goes into them and looks quite excellent. So do that, and I'll get this one. And more cable on the front, why not? Boom. And then we'll just get some of these details on his backpack. Maybe down here. There, that looks good. Make sure to get the other side of those backpack details. Just like that. And then we'll do some on his legs here. He's got some leg armor. And a cable running between his legs. And then we'll do his knee pads. And just for the heck of it, let's do his whole leg here. They have on the website, they have these entire legs painted in this color, so why not? We'll do that. Then we'll come in with our, what is this, our fourth color. And that'll be our snakebite leather. And this isn't going to change much about what we're going to paint it on, but it'll change it enough to matter. At least I think so. So anything that's leather back here, we're going to paint this on. So these leather straps here. And we did go over them in black, so they're not as colorful as they could be in this brown, but I think they're still noticeably different. And that's all that I'm really looking for. And I'm painting this backpack as if it's covered in a leather pouch sort of thing here. So I'll just get that part, get these straps down here, and then this leather pouch on the side. And we got the strap all the way around here. Good. So there's that. Then we'll go to our fifth color, which is going to be the ever classic Retributer armor. And we're just going to pick out more details. So we'll go to details on the gun now. Just being very careful around the rest of the gun here. Paint this part. Paint this little bit too much moisture on my brush there. Fix that real quick. And then I'm going to do this filigree that's on the gun here in this color. Some more running up here. And this fancy trigger guard. Some more filigree down here. Then we'll do the butt plate in this as well. And get as much of the filigree on the other side that you can see. When you're doing battle ready stuff, if you can't see it, don't bother painting it. There's no purpose to it. I'm going to get these belt buckles just really quick. And some of these little things there. We'll get these at the just the one at the base, I think, of this this like sensor sort of thing. Let's see what else. Maybe these on his chest. That looks good. And then these on his leg here. And we'll call that good, I think. So then we'll do his purity seal real quick. We're going to do that in, first off, Rakarth Flesh for the parchment part. Then in Mephiston Red for the wax part. I'll just get these both out. A little too much paint on my brush there. There we go. There's the wax done. And the parchment part. Some nice Rakarth Flesh. I really like this color for all things parchment. Too much water left in the brush. Didn't dry it properly. Just soak that paint back up. There we go. And go again. And we're all set. All right. So then I'm just going to take some Talisar Blue and do his eye lenses really quick, as well as the camera lens here. So he's got a little camera over his shoulder. We'll just do that. And then his eye lenses. Just like that. Make sure there's not too much paint on them. There we go. All right, and then we're going to go back to the hairdryer real quick. Then we'll apply our Nuln Oil, and we'll be done. So 1 second. All right, so he's all dry, at least dry enough. We're going to take our Nuln Oil and a little bit of a larger brush here. And we're just going to cover him in Nuln Oil. And this is really the battle ready, the miracle worker, I guess. Not a ton of effort put in, and then the Nuln Oil just kind of seeps into all the recesses and gives us a nice shaded look on things. Just want to make sure it isn't pooling too much in any one area, and that we apply it evenly everywhere else. Don't want it pooling too much on the robe. Just make sure it's nice and in everywhere, not obscuring any colors. We want to make sure that blue is still showing. And I think the blue's just obscured a little too much, so I just dried off my brush and I'm just pulling in, grabbing it there and pulling it back out a little bit. And there we go. He's done. That was, I consider it a speed paint anyway. I don't know if everybody else does, but I think it was speed painting. We did that in about 17 minutes. Shorter stream, obviously. We were going for a speed paint, so it makes sense that it'd be a little shorter. Obviously, you'd have to do the base. If I were doing speed paints like this and doing a bunch of battle ready guys, I would do all the bases at the end. It'd be much faster that way. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Tomorrow, I hopefully take delivery of Kragnos, so the video for him will be out hopefully on Saturday. Croak will be coming sometime after that, hopefully Sunday maybe, probably not Sunday. I just realized I'm running a tournament this weekend. So maybe Tuesday. Tuesday's conceivable day to have Croak. Or we might put him on stream on Monday and then continue him in several other streams. We'll have to see. But either way, thank you everybody for watching, whether you watched live or are watching later on YouTube. I appreciate it either way, and I will see you next time.